Hello everyone, I am still post-commentating Hexagons, back with some more Yoshi's Crafted World, and let's talk about Amiibo for a hot second here. So, I thought maybe I could show off every single costume in the game, not quite, but I can show off Toad, and also actual Yoshi, and double also the thing that happens if you scan any Amiibo that's not compatible. So there are 11 costumes you can get by scanning Amiibo, and 10 Amiibo that are compatible, and just while we're going through the world and sorting out the stuff that we're missing, because this is the last episode of, like, cleanup of levels that aren't complete, so yes. Sky High Heights, Altitude Adjustment, let's go, while I ramble somewhat about... Oh, first of all, I'm gonna actually wear one of the costumes we just got, the Yoshi Egg, and I shall talk to you about the Amiibo costumes. So as I've demonstrated in this series so far, the 10 Amiibo that actually give you costumes are Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, regular Yoshi, green Yarn Yoshi, pink Yarn Yoshi, blue Yarn Yoshi, and the two that I can't show you because I don't have them, Koopa Troopa and Yarn Poochy, or just regular Poochy. By the way, I missed some red coins here, that's these here, and even going back I missed one, so let's give that another go, shall we? And there we go. Okay, as we were saying, yes, the Royal Wii. Right. So we're still looking for Sprout, by the way. Sprout is right at the end of this level, so do not even worry about it. Yes. The Amiibo Box Costume that I showed you, I got that by scanning a Daisy Amiibo, but really it's any Amiibo that I didn't just mention. Though that said, there are some that you can substitute. So for instance, I don't have a Mario Amiibo, but I do have the Pixel Mario Amiibo. And I believe mine is the Modern Colors one. Allow me to look behind me. Yes, I have the Modern Colors Pixel Mario. You can have the Retro Colors Pixel Mario. I think the Gold Mario, the Silver Mario, the Smash Brothers Mario. It all works. Same goes for, regular Luigi, and the Smash Brothers Luigi, regular Peach, Smash Peach. Don't Smash Peach, I don't advise it. By the way, have you seen Sproot yet? There he is, hiding in a nest. And a Tap-Tap just spontaneously dying with perfect timing there. If you use Mega Yarn Yoshi, that counts as Green Yarn Yoshi, so you don't have to have both. Either way, you get the same costume. You get the idea, basically. That there's several Amiibo that there are several Amiibo that are compatible with this game, and that's them. Yeehaw. If I do end up getting those Amiibo before the series ends, then I'll show them. But I make no promises because I have looked on the Eid Bay and the Amazon and even the webbed site of the Nintendo, and they're either not in stock or they want a ridiculous amount of money for them. Like, the Poochy Amiibo, anywhere between £70 and £200. How do you justify that? Anyway, there's Sproot in the background there, and we do have a bit more business here. Namely, I need to demonstrate that I can in fact get to the end of the level with all my hearts intact, because the last time we were here, I was a bit careless with the Goonies, who do damage you if you hit them from the side, but this time I'm wearing a costume that has more than 3 or 4, however many I had before, points of damage to it, and also there's that flower that I missed last time we were here. So, yeah, now we have all the flowers, all the health is intact, and we just need to get to the end and have a fantastic time in so doing. And this should serve to remind you of where some of the flowers are, if for whatever reason you're using my videos as a guide. Now, just to sort of look forwards for a hot second, this episode, first of all, this recording session was just shy of 2 hours long, and in fact, if you factor in me recording this voiceover as time on top of that, it was more than 2 hours that I spent getting this footage. But what's going to happen in this episode, and has been happening for the last 4 minutes, is I'm going through all of the remaining levels, getting all outstanding red coins, smiley flowers, and of course, Sproot. And by the end of this episode, we will have completely 100%ed the Finding Sproot hide-and-seek missions and all of the non-flip side levels. Which means that there is a little bit of looking forward to be done. So, the next episode, which I've not yet recorded, I'm going to leave it to you lovely people. Would you prefer that I take a break from the speed-up montage stuff and just work through all of the Poochy Pup levels? Because I feel like I can do that non-post-commentated, because... I don't know. Also, by the way, that's a really easy one to miss, because you have to hit it from either a moving platform or a crumbling platform, or, an unfolding platform, depending on your preference. But yeah, would you rather I do the Poochy Pups, for, like, as cleanup for the next episodes? And if so, do you want it sped up or normal speed? I'm inclined towards normal speed. And then once I've got all the Poochy Pups, then we can go back and look at finding souvenirs and stuff. Because I'm putting souvenirs on hold for the time being. By the way, this is deceptively tricky because it's so easy to run out of eggs. And once again, save the big boy for last, and when you do have him in your line of sight, just spam the throw egg button, or at least hit it twice. Now let's just keep going. I still don't fully get the name of this level because it doesn't seem to make any reference whatsoever to the party balls. Anyway, another easy to miss Sproot there, hiding in the background. Separate question. How do y'all actually feel about this series? Because I do wonder, do these episodes feel like beating a dead horse? Because I want to complete this game and show that I have completed it, that I can complete it, etc, etc. You know, I want to do the game justice because, as I mentioned early on in this series, by the way, there's Sproot hiding behind a tin, and it is a little bit of faff getting into position, because you can only get so close without getting crushed, and, you know, you might hit the background instead, so that's a bit of a tricky Sproot to find. And we have more business here, because there's the red coin I blatantly missed, and also a flower that I missed, so we'll get to that in due course. And yes, it's another Monty Mole one. Huzzah! I totally love that as a gimmick. Yes, does this series feel like beating a dead horse? Because every other person that I've seen who's done any, like, coverage of this game whatsoever, they tend to run out of energy and peter out by the end. And, like, out of everyone that I've watched, I'm the... First of all, there's the gift box I pointed out last time we were here, but only in post because I didn't notice it at the time. Like, one person I saw didn't even bother finishing the game. The other that I watched beat the regular final boss, but didn't do any of the secret worlds. And yeah, that's fun, especially if you slightly miss and then you run out of eggs, then everything's dad and said forever. Sad and dead and bleh. I like that the background's a chalkboard, I only just now noticed that. So yeah, I've not seen anyone commit to 100%ing this game, but then again, you could argue, oh, well, it's like a slightly better designed Crash Bandicoot 4, in that if you want to 100% it, there's a lot of repetition of, like, content you've already been over, but it doesn't feel as egregious as the blatant, like, most of Crash Bandicoot 4 is recycled content, which is a shame, because it's a good game. Apart from that, also I noticed that you can hit the arrow in the background, and it's fun, and that entertained me. That's a very minor detail. Also, I was so worried that I had missed Sproot in this level, but no, it turns out he's actually just right at the end here. Like, I can't help but think screw you to any level where they hide Sprout really close to the end, just to get the paranoia a-buzzing. But luckily, at the very least, we have a couple of levels here in rapid succession where I was sufficient on my first playthrough of them, such that I didn't miss any red coins or any, like bonus flowers or hidden flowers or anything, so we're just running through to find Sprout. And once again, me being thorough, or thorough, I've been on that rant before, checking the background, there was nothing there. In fact, Sprout is here, hiding amongst the other QB boys. I mean, they're robots and you're not, but never mind that. Now, ride the river. It just so happened that, for whatever reason, I got eaten by a fish. The game, back when we were here the first time, gave me the look for souvenirs mission here. And so I thought, well, if we're gonna be on the right, like, non-flip side of this level anyway, I might as well grab it. It's there. It's a bottle hut. Might as well bash that out since we're in the vicinity. There's no point in coming back here twice. Unless we have to come back here for a different souvenir, which I think we will need to, but never mind that. So yeah, that's the only other thing that we're covering in this episode. Just find the missing collectibles, find Sprout, and also locate the bottle hut, which we have now done, though slight asterisk to that, which we'll address in just a second. But for now, deep background Sprout. You shall not escape me. So yeah, here goes this.
Flowers throw a smile on just about anyone's face, but you've heard this before. I've got another request. I'd love some dragonflies, please. I think 5 to do the trick. Floppy blocks, you get the idea. If you see one, Mark Zuckerberg, you already know.
So, again, I figured I might as well knock that out since I'm here anyway, because neither of the collectibles that I've just, like, so that, yeah, we'll be getting 5 dragonflies and also Sprout. I figured I might as well do this, bearing in mind Sprout is never on the flip side, and these collectibles happen to not be on the flip side as well. I'm sure it makes sense to you lovely people. There's another dragonfly in the background over there. Now, full disclosure, I do actually miss one on this run. We'll have to come back for that later, but don't worry, I've not missed it yet, but it is coming up. And should I regret saying that I enjoyed this level because there's the hard version of it in the Hidden Hills, which actually isn't that bad, but still, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in this very episode, as it happens. Come on, scoop me. God, I watched this at 500% speed up, and I'm still like, come on. But as ever, it's just follow me closely, and you'll get to where you need to be. There was another dragonfly there, by the way. I should probably go back and slow that down, actually, now that I think about it. So, yes. Moving on now. That was the third dragonfly. The fourth one is there. See, up there, follow the finger. There. There is a dragonfly there that I missed, because I was too busy focusing on, oh, hey, I found Sprout. So we'll come back for that dragonfly later. I could have sworn that I hit that last balloon, but the game was like, no, so whatever. And the final dragonfly, which should be the fifth, but I missed the one that I just pointed out. As you can sort of see, it's just there. You need to time it just right, and there you go. That's the fourth one. We'll have to come back for the fifth. Now, Solar Zoom! I rather hope that there won't be any souvenirs here, because this is like the scariest kind of auto-scroller because it's fast and forwards. Like, there were several occasions where I thought, oh, that might be Sprout there, and so I start throwing an egg, but then it turns out that it's not him. I've slowed down here because I want to give you as much warning as possible. There he is on the left, on top of that blue block, on top of the red and the purple. 3 rolls of tape I'm just now realizing that are the colors of the 3 Chaos Emeralds from Security Hole in Sonic Adventure 2, which is a good game, and I will fight the moon. Yeah, kill the moon! And also, since we're here, since I'm missing just that one flower, I decided to sort of double whammy it. I thought I'd throw an egg at it just to make sure I grab it, which somehow worked, and it turns out I managed to actually reach it legitimately anyway. So there you go, that's Solar Zoom completely completed for now. Now be afraid of the dark. Slightly dickish placement here, in that Sprout is hiding behind this toothpick wall. You would have no way of knowing that he was there if you go above and over. Because if you're speeding through this level, you're gonna jump over that, like, garage way, and I also accidentally quit the level there. Like, if you're playing the level, like, fast-like, you're not gonna want to summon the murder person, so you'll go over the thing that triggers him to break through that wall, which means you won't even see that Sprout was there in the first place, so very tricky. Anyway, we're missing a couple of flowers here. One was an Eat the Apples mission, and one was just something that I believe I didn't have the HP and or eggs to acquire. And also, I think last time we were... Yeah, no, it's not this one. Last time we were here, I also ran out of costume because I was being really thorough in, like, searching the level, which means that the axe people murdered my costume. Anyway, apples. This time I'm going to be a bit less terrible. Somehow still get hit by the backswing. Almost get caught on the floor. Lick. Get hit again. Lick. Lick. Turn around and lick. There we go. Get hit again, but you know what? Whatever. I've got the flow now. You can't stop me. Nothing can stop Mr. Domino. That's not even Tangerine's surname. Also, there's this temporary light here that goes out after a moment. There's just a flower there that I missed my first time here, probably because I was out of eggs. I don't remember. Either that or I was about to die. I don't know, but there we go. So, vis-a-vis being afraid of the dark, we have Sproot. We got the flowers I was missing. We got to the end of the level with full health. Ta-da. I'm brilliant at the universe. Moving on to Skulking Around the Christmas Tree, have a happy globnar. Another tricky Sprout hiding place, I find, because it blends in so well inside that rocket, and it's like the end of the corridor. You'd be forgiven for not seeing that. And again, I exited the course when I didn't mean to. That is disturbingly easy to do. Now, realistically, if you're just here to have a good time, you might as well just set off all the alarms. It's not that difficult to deal with. But I believe I was missing some coins here, and consequently the bonus flower you get for getting said coins. Red coins, said coins, some as big as your head. Yes, I got this, no need to worry about that, but I was being thorough just in case. Yes, there's that gift box in the background there. Very easy to miss. And that was the one red coin which I did miss because it was easy to miss. Now, Hidden Hills. Tricky times ahead, because there was one flower I was missing here that was a skill-based micro game of hitting balloons whilst on unstable ground, and also we need to find Sprout. And you would have thought that this would be a really difficult level to find Sprout in, because there is no stable ground. Well, first of all, let's worry about this flower here. Just, my advice, slow down, take it easy, don't worry about the time limit. I mean, worry a little bit, but don't worry too much. So that's that sorted. And Sprout hiding dickishly, because he's literally just sitting at the end of the course. And, like, if you do somehow not see him, then that's just an extra middle finger to you. But anyway, Under Siege. I forget where Sprout is here, but I feel like this is the most reasonable of Sprout's 3 hiding places in the Hidden Hills levels. Because, in the previous level, he was right at the end. In this one, he's just there, which, if you go back and forth on platforms, but you're probably gonna see him. And I'm left on purpose there because I'm missing a lot in Under Siege. We'll come back to that. But yeah, so I was right to check to the left there, which I did on a whim. Turns out, yep, that's exactly where Sprout is hiding in this level. Just chilling to the left. Which is, like, you have to know to go left. Well, I guessed, and I was right. But, like, if you don't go left at all, you wouldn't know he was there. Which is rude, but anyway, we now have every single Sproot, and our prize is literally just a certificate. Like completing the Pokédex in the olden days. But we do also get a costume, so it's not all for naught. And just to demonstrate to yonder universe that, haha, I'm so good at everything that I got the prize for finding him ever, Tim, I'm going to wear that for the rest of this episode. Huzzah, I'm fashionable. Now, as we're still missing one single flower here. And this is one of those timed blue coin situations that you need to have skill and not bad at. So, pardon me, just speeding through the majority of the level, because this level involves a lot of waiting, and the thing I'm missing is right at the end, and so if you do happen to fail it, which I'm not going to disclose whether or not I did, you have to get good. Look how difficult this is. Like, you need to time it right, you need to throw eggs correctly. It's tricky, and if you fail, you have to quit the level completely, start over again. Not a fun time, but on the plus side, that does mean that we are now completely spadubularly done with that. Which just leaves Under Siege. And I'm not looking forward to it, because Under Siege is an unpleasant level to 100%. So to recap, in Under Siege, we are missing some red coins, I believe, getting to the end of the level with all health intact, and a couple of flowers just because. This is one of those levels that will keep leveling at you like you're stupid if you run out of eggs. You know what I mean by that? First of all, there's the red coin I was missing, amongst others. There are others elsewhere, we'll get to those in a moment. There's also that in the background where we need to... The apples that went through the floor, I remember you so clearly. Now, my advice is think about them in horizontal layers, so get the 2 lowest ones first. Like, don't do left and right, do bottom, middle, top, if that makes any sense. But yes, this is one of those levels where it's like, oh, here's all these secrets that I'm showing you, why aren't you collecting them? Ha ha ha, why aren't you collecting them? I've run out of eggs and you're not giving me any means of collecting more. So here's the red currant I was missing. 1 there, 2 in the middle, 1 at the end, that's all of them. So yes, look at all these question mark clouds that I can't hit because you're not giving me any more eggs, and the game's like, haha, you're so bad at this, you missed those clouds. Like, no, you didn't give me any eggs. Also, don't know why I didn't think to do this last time I was here, but there's a flower off to the left. Huzzah. Now, as you might be able to guess, the last flower that we're missing is inside that cloud that was spinning in the foreground and background. We'll come back to that in just a moment. And the other sort of big tricky dealio here, just then I tried to throw eggs back and forth in the vain hopes that I could get some red eggs which I could convert to hearts, but no. So the tricky part with getting to the end of this level with all your hearts intact, like, you can bring a costume, and that'll mitigate any damage you take, but you still have to collect 10 hearts in the first place. But that's okay, because the cloud in the bottom right here, and the one I just got, have 5 hearts in each, plus there's the one earlier in the level that's much harder to miss. Anyway, this is tricky because in trying to hit that flower, first of all, you need at least 2 eggs, 1 to bust open the cloud and 1 to get the flower with. You're probably going to get hit by the spotlights in the meantime, so you need to aim carefully such that the alarm person doesn't, like, punch you in the legs while you're trying to throw an egg, thereby throwing off your aim and making you waste an egg. Luckily, I didn't have too much trouble with that. I thought this would be harder than it was. Turns out, wasn't actually that bad. So, on that particular note, that now means that we have completely 100%ed the non-flip side of every level in the game. With the exception of getting souvenirs, of course. We'll come back to those later down the line. And I believe the Hidden Hills levels don't have flip sides. So apart from the souvenirs, of which I think there are 3, I remember seeing in the menu, there's not many souvenirs to get in Hidden Hills. But we're completely done with the front side of Hidden Hills because there is no flip side. Apart from the souvenir stuff. But yeah, so I thought, let's celebrate by getting some lunchfish. It's like lungfish with an extra letter. I thought I'd travel to the... Like, this is the world that has the, ride the river and the floppy block level. Like, I went to an area where I needed to get all of the remaining costumes and bought the remaining costumes, and that will be a recurring theme as this series drives towards its inevitable conclusion. Also, I like how the tin in the lily pad sort of looks a bit like a spring, but it's not. So there you go. We've completed yet another nurse machine, where it's not gambling insofar as you put money in, you're guaranteed to get something out, but it is gambling insofar as you might not get what you want. Anyway, as promised, we're back to get the 5th Dragonfly, which is technically the 4th, but shut up. Yeah, it's just there, just throw that at it, don't even worry about it. Now, I think I'm going to put this to one side for a while. I'm not going to worry about souvenirs just yet. I'm going to worry about Poochy Pups, unless people disagree with that. But anyway, it was this world that I just completed the gacha machine on, and
Whoa, you found me some dragonflies, and thanks to your help, Amiibo Flower, you know how the business boodles these days. I've got another request. I'd love a dried fish, please.
A dried fish. It's in the river level, we'll deal with that later down the line, but for now I have been and will continue to be tessellating hexagons. In the next one, Poochy Pups, probably.